Hello everybody, it's Dragana here from Saacibo. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a little bit sad, I must say. This is going to be the final episode in this series where I created this junk journal from junk mail advertising, book pages, envelopes and other little bits and pieces of recycled materials. And in this episode we are going to do a masterboard or collage masterboard, and we are going to use all the bits and pieces that are left from making the journal, like some book pages, use some of these things from the envelopes over there, and this as well, some of the magazine pages and more envelopes that we're going to use as the base. So it's going to be in the same style as the journal, because we later on can make journaling cards, envelopes and things like that. So whatever we make is going to go into the journal, so we'll stick to that colors and that design. And I have tried to be organized, so I sorted out all the bits and pieces in different groups just so that I don't get lost in the mess. I'm going to use these as the base. Just start with the big one, I suppose. But before I actually start gluing things, I want to just cut out the bits and pieces that I want to use, because obviously I'm not going to use the whole page. Maybe I'll just use that flower and things like that. So I don't want to waste time cutting things in front of the camera. That might be boring for you, so I'll just quickly cut out all the bits and pieces that I want to use, and I'll be back for the gluing. Okay, I'm back. I have cut some of these out and I'll just put them aside for now here. And I want to use this envelope first, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just glue everything on the white side, and then this can be the back. And for gluing, sometimes I use glue stick to glue things together, but little bits and pieces or ends might not stick properly, and then later on they might start peeling. So I think it's best to just use like ordinary white glue. If I could open it. Oh. Yeah, just white glue diluted with some water or Mod Podge or whatever you have. I just want to use this white glue. It gives me the best results, and because it's quite thick, I will dilute it with a little bit of water, just so that it's easier to work with. Just a bit, yeah. And I'll test it out. A little bit more. Don't want it too watery though. It's gonna warp the paper anyway, but I think that's perfect. If it gets too thick, we can add water. If it's too thin, we add more glue. But we need something that's easy to spread. Okay, so how are we going to do it? We have lots of bits and pieces here, and I want to create a background that it's going to be looked at from all sides. I don't know how to explain. I don't want it directional. I want it text to go this way, that way, that way. So when you cut it out, it doesn't really matter how you turn it. So I don't want to overthink it, and I'll just start by gluing, say, for example, just pick one color and put a few in different spots. Then I'll pick something else, again put a few in different spots, and then we'll just see how we go. There is no rule, it's art. So you know, whatever, and you can always change and adapt as we go. So I'll just start gluing and perhaps have some music in the background so you can just watch me do this, and I probably won't talk. All right. Okay, I think we covered everything with pieces of envelopes in different shades of blue and grey, and some with pattern and some without. So now I want to perhaps add some of the book pages on top. I don't know whether I should wait for this to dry or just continue. Not sure, but what would be ideal is to wait for this to dry and then do a bit of stenciling in that reddish color and then glue some of the book pages on top. And I just don't want to wait for it to dry, unless I use a hairdryer. Alright, I might do that and I'll be back. Okay, I used just a hairdryer a little bit and I ironed from this side just a bit to flatten everything down. So now I'd like to use that same stencil and the same ink that I used throughout that journal. Doesn't really matter if it's not perfect, because most of it is going to be covered up with what we have left of book pages and the bits and pieces, but you know, and we can always add more at the end. Yeah, I think that's probably enough for now. Okay, put that away. Should maybe, do I have enough? Maybe just mix a bit of more glue. I think I put too much water. So hopefully the ink won't smudge when I do this. I didn't think of that. So now I'd like to add book pages, and some of the book pages have this kind of rough end. It's probably the glue or something. I just want to get rid of that. Don't want that. And I'll just be gluing now the book pages. Try to position them in different ways so that the text won't go only that way, it might go this way, you know. So let's do this. I can already see that the ink is leaking. Oh, maybe we can just make that part of the design. Should probably wait till it's dry, but I don't have the patience for that. Once I'm going, I just want to keep going when it comes to design. Otherwise, you know, other ideas pop into my head and then I don't feel inspired to continue what I started, so it's best if I just do it. Oh wow, I'll keep that for later. It's a nice piece of text. I used all the book pages, leftovers from the book pages actually, and I think now I need to wait for this to dry as well, and then we can do more details, like add magazine bits and pieces, some of that, some of this we can actually stamp on these tea-dyed envelopes and stuff, add some words and finish it off. But for now I think I need to leave this to dry really well first before I continue, because for the next part I want to place things before I actually glue them. This was without thinking, just putting things wherever, you know, looking at them as blocks of color rather than what they are. And for the next part I actually want to, you know, do a bit of thinking before I glue it down. So this is sort of dry. I'll just trim off these excess bits and pieces just to, you know, have a better idea of the size. So now that one can begin. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, that's a nice rose, but it's a bit red, and I think I want to just dull it up a little bit. Maybe even sand. I don't think I'll be using this bowl, or maybe partially, perhaps. Maybe change it. Okay, I think I'm sort of happy with this. I might even change it a bit more as I work, or glue and add things, or take them out, we'll see. But for now I just want to glue this. in different angles, and it's fine. We also have, where is it? Oh, this one, but I think it's too thin to be the base. After all, it's gonna get too wet, and so I'm not gonna use it. But maybe I'll just do a small one while this one is drying, because I still have some of these and that, and there are a few, and maybe just one big page. So let's do one that's not so busy like the last one, and we'll just use these more of green pieces that are not so red, and we'll do maybe bigger chunks. It's a little bit different to the first one. second one. I think this one is a bit not so red in a way, more of a pastel-y look to it, and I quite like it. And what I thought I might do to actually tie it down with the rest of the journal, just add a bit of stenciling or stamping where the white areas are, and apart from that I think it's alright as it is. Just want to see if adding these would make it. Yeah. Perhaps one more. Fish. Now that I've started, I can't stop. There we go. Okay. I call that one done for now. Let's see if the other one is dry. Not yet. I will probably just quickly dry it with my hairdryer. These have dried a little bit. Still not completely dry, but okay. This one is actually quite thick, so I have to decide how to cut it, and I was thinking perhaps I can do a bit of sewing on top. I don't know. Thinking might be interesting, just a few stitches here and there, especially where I use the thicker paper. It might actually start lifting off later on, although I will put 2 layers of varnish on top just to make sure that these little bits and pieces stay glued down. Another way of doing it, and I've done it in the past when I've created collages like this that I decided to turn into journal covers, I would use just 1 layer of plain white napkin. You know, the 3rd layer that you normally, when you peel off the napkin or serviette, the 3rd layer that has no print, that it's clean. So I would use glue and then that on top, and it will basically create like a smoother surface, because now if you do this, you see there's bits and pieces that get caught and can easily lift off. Also, if I was to turn this into a journal cover, another way of securing these bits and pieces would be to glue a piece of cheesecloth on top. That would also give it a nice texture. You know, just glue this down and then stitch around, of course, and put some varnish, and that would actually make a really nice journal cover. The same goes for this one, although this one is a little bit thinner, but still, you know. What I also did is, as I worked on these and dried them, I digitized them as well, scanned them in, so that I can use these designs later on. And also I wanted to give something to my viewers, so I will have them on my website as a free digital download for you to just download and print and use any way you like. For instance, this when we first started, this is the background where we just had envelopes, so you can print it out and then do your own collage on top of it, basically like a base. I also scanned this one in, and this one would be like 2 of these on 1 page. So I think those designs would be easier to use to make envelopes or journaling cards than this, because this is quite thick actually, but it still can be used. So I will think about whether I want to turn this into a journal cover. I just kind of like it. I'd hate to cut it up now. I know I said I was going to cut it up into, you know, journaling cards, but I just can't make myself do it. I think it would make a really, really cute journal cover now that I've completed it. Yeah, I don't know, but this one, I'll show you what I mean with the napkins. Just get some. I might have some that are already peeled off. This one. Okay. So you basically put a layer of glue and then that on top, and you let it really dry, and that way it creates a kind of like a protection. And once it's dry, you can put varnish, and then it's not gonna go anywhere. Trust me, I've done journal covers like that, and they are okay. But before I do this, I just want to quickly add a few stitches. Maybe I stitched quite a few zigzag stitches, some straight, some, you know, wider zigzags. I've stitched on this one. You can see the amount of stitching I've done, and I think it looks even better now. And I've decided definitely I'm not going to cut it. I want to make a cover, and perhaps even with this one make a little cover that would be so cute. But since I have digitized the whole process, I have these designs in digital format that can be printed as many times as we want. And this is the first stage, then the stage when we added book pages, and the final stage, and then there's this one. So if you'd like to play around with these and see what you can make with them, you're welcome to visit my website. Go to the free download section and download them and print them out and do whatever you want with them. Have fun, that's the most important thing, and make some ephemera, make whatever you want. So that is my gift to you, to my loyal viewers. Thank you so much for being there for me, for leaving me comments, for supporting me. I really appreciate it, and I just want to give something to you in return that you can use in your craft projects. So since I didn't cut up these to make journaling cards or envelopes, I actually printed more of the digital ones, and I quickly made a few things. So I'll just show you what I've done. I think I put one in here. Yep, I'll just, oh, this way. Okay, so it's half of this page folded in half and made like a journaling spot. This is just a coffee dyed, actually scanned coffee dyed papers printed as well. So just added a bit of stenciling just to tie it up with the rest of the journal, and that's that one. Okay, what else? I made this the other day. I don't even wear lipstick, but I thought it was cute. Oh gosh, I made this one off camera as well. It was cute, I think. Okay, I made this one from that section of the digital. Okay, so I just added a bit of lace and paper there so that it's easier to pull out. I didn't put anything there, but I was going to. Okay, then there's this one. Okay, I cut out that piece from this end here. See? And again, it can be used as a journaling spot. What else did I do? Okay. Oh, yeah, this this one, and this comes from that end there, like that. Okay, now journaling card. And this one, yeah, this part here, I just added a bit of washi tape just to cover the writing there because it was the wrong side up. Okay, I think I've done something here as well. Yeah, this one, this is Wonderland. Here be the legend. I think that is from that end there. Again, can be written on the back. Smells so nice. Orange blossom, I think. Beautiful. I had to cut it. I love perfumes. And this is, let me have a look. It's part of that. I just inked around, add some stenciling on top, and again a cute journaling card. Now what else? Okay, and I think this is from this end here that I've folded into an envelope, and I added a bit of lace. It's a cute little pouch, I think. Okay. And this one again is from that end there. I had this bit left over, so I just glued it there. And number 3 I left on from one of the papers, so you know, just something to put there. And here again, just a little, like a booklet that is part of this one here. So we made a masterboard and we kept it, the original, and yet we made the cards in an envelope and had fun, I hope. Like I said at the beginning, I'm a little bit sad that this series is ending, but you know, I had so much fun, and I hope you guys had fun, and thank you so much for supporting me. I'm repeating myself, but I can't thank you enough. And please feel free to go to my website and download these digitals and have fun with them, totally free. And gonna be making these journal covers sometime, and I'll maybe even do a video on it, I don't know. And thanks again for being with me today and throughout all these 8 episodes, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!